The Don't Ask, Don't Tell law, which kicked people out of the U.S. military for being gay, will be fully repealed officially at 1 minute past midnight tonight. And yes, there will be some celebration by gay service members, by gay people who wish to join the military, by supporters of gay service members, by people who fought for repeal of this law for nigh on 18 years, and more broadly, by supporters of President Obama, who will celebrate repeal as a very big, very difficult to keep promise that Mr. Obama made and that he kept. It took a lot of work, but the repeal got through Congress during the lame duck session just after the midterm elections this past December. Democrats pushed it through the House and through the more problematic Senate, even though the Republicans filibustered it there, and even though a senator from his own party's side, the late Robert Byrd, insisted on an additional 60 days wait. Just because an additional 60 days waiting after the military said that it was ready to implement repeal of the policy. Also, it's all happened despite Republicans' continued efforts right to the very end, right until now, to try to delay repeal even further. There was also some initial resistance from some corners of the military. But despite all of that, on the eve of repeal tonight, everyone charged with making this thing happen seems to be in line and on board with getting rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. There will be a press conference about it at the Pentagon tomorrow, including the chairman of the Joint Chiefs and the Secretary of Defense. The regulations themselves will change at 12:01 a.m., a minute after midnight tonight. So in a few short hours, the policy of hounding people out of the military for being gay will end. And tonight at midnight and tomorrow on what they are calling Repeal Day, I can confidently confirm there will be some celebration. But what I have found myself wondering in recent days is how Repeal Day will be noted by people who fought to keep Don't Ask, Don't Tell in place, by the people who said we need to keep kicking gay people out of the military. 14,000 is not enough. How, for example, will John McCain spend Repeal Day? How will Lindsey Graham spend Repeal Day? How, for example, will the lady who said that Don't Ask, Don't Tell was responsible for the mass deaths of birds in Arkansas, how will she spend Repeal Day? Remember her?
The blackbirds fell to the ground in Beebe, Arkansas. Well, the governor of Arkansas's name is Beebe. And also, there was something put out of Arkansas called Don't Ask, Don't Tell by a former governor. This was proposed Bill Clinton. And so, could there be a connection between this passage we're set, and now that we had the repeal of the Don't Ask, Don't Tell? It could be because we have said it's okay for people who commit these kind of acts to be recognized. You know, in our military, for the first time in our history, there is a potential that there is something that actually happened in the land where 100,000 drumfish died, and also where these birds just fell out of the air.
She was one of the endorsers of Republican presidential frontrunner Rick Perry's stadium prayer event a few weeks back, Cindy Jacobs. I've been thinking about folks like Cindy Jacobs as Repeal Day approaches for Don't Ask, Don't Tell. I mean, if the Rick Perry Stadium prayer event people think that just signing the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell killed thousands of birds in Arkansas, what do these folks think is going to happen when full repeal happens tonight at a minute past midnight? If you know any of these folks and you're having trouble finding them this time tomorrow, I suggest that you check under their beds where they will be hiding.